Hello Cambly learners, it's me again, Cambly Tutor Yuri, and today I'll be going over a few more things to avoid in preparation for your IELTS test. Now, these are common mistakes that many students make going into taking and preparing for their IELTS tests. So take note of these and make sure you don't make these same mistakes. Tip number 1, not trying a practice or a mock test. Now, one of the best ways to prepare for your IELTS test is to attempt some practice tests. You can do this online, or you can also practice your speaking test with tutors on Cambly. There are many Cambly IELTS lessons that you can work through with your Cambly tutor that will give you an idea of what to expect and prepare you for the real test with some practice. Now, this is a great way to help you identify any weaknesses and then improve in these areas. And it's also a great way to practice the type of questions you may get asked, ensuring that you are better prepared. But also, it's a great way to build up your strengths, laying a solid foundation for your upcoming test. Tip number 2, overlooking your vocabulary. This means that you should ensure that you do spend a lot of time preparing and practicing new vocabulary. Vocabulary means the words in a language, and the more words you know and know how to use correctly, the better your language will be, the better your speaking and your writing will be. Vocabulary is very important in any language proficiency exam. As you listen to English conversations, movies, or podcasts, or as you read English articles or books, make a note of any words you don't know or any words that you don't understand. Look up the words or speak about them with your Cambly tutor and make an effort to use these words. And in using them, you might find you begin to gain a better grasp of their meaning and how to use them correctly. When you learn a new word, another thing you can consider doing is look up possible synonyms for this word. A synonym is another word that means the same. And then practice using these synonyms in the same way, teaching yourself how to better express yourself in your speaking and your writing by using different words, giving you options when you want to describe things in your speaking or your writing. This way, you begin to develop your overall vocabulary, and in turn, you begin to improve your speaking and your writing ability. Tip number 3, not working on pronunciation. Now, this is a mistake that many first-time IELTS students make. They don't spend much time practicing their pronunciation. Now remember, there is a difference between accent and pronunciation. Accent is the way you sound when speaking because of the language you speak based on the country or the region you are from. And this is not as important in the IELTS test. The examiners are not worried about your accent as long as they understand the words that you are pronouncing. This is where pronunciation is important. Pronunciation is the way in which a word is pronounced, the way in which you sound the words out. This, pronunciation, on the other hand, is very important. And therefore, it is important to ensure you speak in English, saying each word fully and clearly, to ensure that the examiner understands what it is you are saying. It is the words you speak that are important, and your pronunciation plays a very important part of this. So remember, tip number 3, speak with your Cambly tutors. Ask them what they think of your pronunciation. Do they struggle to understand some of the words that you are saying? If so, spend some time practicing pronunciation with your Cambly tutors. Tip number 4, leaving answers blank. Do not leave any answers in your tests blank. This means even if you do not know the answer to a question, make sure that you still answer it. It is better to write something than to leave an answer blank. So write something. It's better to write something than nothing. There is even a chance that you might get some marks. Even if your answer is wrong, you won't lose anything by trying. And who knows, your guess may even end up being correct. And your final tip is tip number 5, talking too much in the speaking test. Yeah, that's right. Sometimes talking too much can hurt your score when you're doing your IELTS test. Make sure you focus on the question the examiner is asking. I know, sometimes you're nervous, or perhaps you really want to show off your speaking skills, so you speak too much. Take this advice. Try not talking too much. Your examiner has a few questions to get through in your speaking test. And in order to do so, If you're speaking way too much, they may be unable to get through these questions. So focus on the question and try your best to answer the question. While there is nothing wrong with adding a little bit more detail or a little more information to what you're saying, try keeping it brief and, where possible, to the point. Another problem that may occur when speaking too much is that when you speak too much, this can negatively impact your fluency. Some students may pause a lot or repeat words as they search for the right words to use. Some students may even find themselves saying, or and this, if you do this in the middle of your long response, well, this can hurt your overall speaking score and it can hurt your fluency. So try your best to add some detail, add a little bit of information, but not too much. And for those who are unfamiliar with Cambly, Cambly gives you instant access to friendly native English speakers like me. You get to take English lessons anytime, anywhere, right from your phone or computer. Schedule your next lesson with me, perhaps, or any of our amazing tutors using the link down below. So that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.